You know what I'm saying? I have to get some things off the chest. And that's what I'm going to do here. I'm going to literally get things off my chest. Um, Sometimes we're gonna talk about sports. Sometimes we're gonna talk about love. You know what I'm saying? But today we're gonna. I'm a scramble. I'm a scramble. First off, I want to jump into straight off of these scores because, like, I'm tripping balls right now. Like tripping balls right now. If you're not a Broncos fan, um, you might want to be one. I'm telling you, boy, the boys are on the road. Last night game was stupid. I'm talking about stupid. I am a Saints fan. I am definitely a 100% Saints fan. I love my Saints. I'm not going to sugarcoat anything. I'm a diehard. Don't be a diehard. That's just what it is. But, of course, I like Sean Payton. Sean Payton is a man. Everybody knows. If you don't know who he is, look him up. That's my dude. I had to, y'all forgive me, I had to set some stuff up. Trying to go on, sorry, Ranting, sir. Yeah, I had to, I didn't, let me rewind that. Bam, yeah, back. I love Sean Payton. Sean Payton was the coach of the Saints. He has now yet left us, so, I followed him to Denver. No, actually, he came to Denver, and I'm already in Denver, so that's made it a thing to be Denver Broncos fan. I've been to more Denver games than I have anything. Denver actually kind of dope. It's kind of dope. The games are dope. But I'm waiting on the Nuggets. I'm probably going to be trying to do stuff on them. Right now, I got to give it up to Denver because the Nuggets are doing good. Avalanche doing good. Broncos doing good. They doing all right for themselves right now, So sport-wise, Broncos are up. Everything else seems like it's falling by the side. As you know, we have some things going on down here with the whole ice stuff, and I'm getting real sick of it. Real sick. It's starting to affect a lot more than just, what I'm saying, I guess you could say just people. It's starting to, to affect businesses, what I'm saying, communities, friendships. Y'all forgive me, I'm trying to light this damn lighter and it's not working for me. But, being from Texas, I grew up with a lot of friends that were Hispanic, so, it really wasn't a thing. Like, we made jokes, it was a thing, back then we made jokes, it was just funny, they made black jokes, we made Spanish jokes, well, nothing. Now, the things we said don't seem so funny, because one thing we're both used to as a set is people saying, go back where you came from. Yeah, this line is really making me mad. But, once again, I don't know. I kind of had it where, when we did this back in the day, we never expected it to come to this. But then that's what happens when we blindly do things. And a lot of people blindly voted for who they voted for. I'm not going to knock you at all, because everybody has the right, to their own opinion. But I don't think they knew the consequences that would come behind it. And it sucks. I have friends that bump heads now. I have, like some kids I know that, parents are, all right, gone, just gone. It's not right. We as people need to come together and figure out what the fuck we need to do as people. And I don't need you to have, I don't have a reason or, no, just as a person, a good person, you should be trying to do something, about this. I love all my kids that I've come across, and predominantly most of them are Spanish. And this is, something that is killing us, separating the black and the brown, uh, pretty bad. And we as people need to come together and think that, is this okay? Because it's not. We went from Black Lives Matters to this. And yes, I told the kids, like, the kids used to make fun of our black kids and the Black Lives Matter stuff. And that's, like, believe it or not, you still should be there. Now, your shoes on the other foot, I was like, telling my, black kids the same thing. Because at the end of the day, it is us. If I'm not mistaken, indigenous people. Yeah, that was something to do with blacks in Spanish or blacks in, Indians. Think about it, bro. We have so much time for hate and all this racial shit that we don't think about that. And blacks were everywhere. So it never was a time where we came or we just go back to your land. No, we've been there just as well as everybody else has been there. So we need to come together instead of being apart. It's real stupid. And then, that's my Denver rant. As people, I'm reaching to the people in Denver. We gotta wake up. We gotta do something. It's too much going on right now. Yes, I'm from Texas. I'm a Texas boy, and I can't sit there and say that, oh, I'm used to that. No, you never should be used to it. The world's changing, so should we. As the world turns, we should turn with it. I'm just saying, religious or not, you turn with it. But speaking on that, man, that's about Denver. That's how I feel about Denver. That's on my corner right now. Looking out for mine. Now, if we talk about my home, my loving home, McGregor, Texas, shout out. Love McGregor. Texas is wild now too. It is. It's doing some wild stuff. I feel like we need to get the right people in place so we can make a difference. That's what I know we need. But you gotta. I feel like I wanted to come today and talk about, like family, tradition, and like nowadays we don't have that. It's like we almost lost that. That part of our lives. Like who can say that back in the day, you were young, your cousins came down on the weekends. What I'm saying? That's when, everybody came together, grandparents out there cooking, playing cards with the quarters and, everything like that. That's when it was good. Those are the memories that I guess I remember. But as you get older, you see that as certain people leave your life, so does that family togetherness. It leaves as well. Like, they always say grandmother, your granny or your grandma or your nana, whatever you call them. That's the glue. And it's the truth. It is 100% the truth. That is the glue. And once that glue falls apart, so does everything else. That's just how I see it. My grandmother was a great woman. Little bitty great woman. That's probably why I got married to a little woman. No, she instilled a lot, more than she thought she did. And when she left, I don't know, it's like a big part of the family left too, and you feel some kind of way. Sometimes you just sit back and think about things, and you want to know where it all went wrong, or where you seen that, that it everything truth comes out. Well, let's go ahead and push the button, fast forward on. Grandma's gone, we grow up. I made my mistakes. I had a child. And you think family's not, it's not like what you see on TV. Because, everybody made mistakes. I made mistakes. I live with those too. But the whole time, you think, oh, well, this is it, what it is. But you got, like my uncle was my hero. Was my hero. And the fancy things, heroes show you who they really are. And then that's when you stop having the heroes. And it wasn't anything that you did that my uncle had did wrong, like the mistakes he made, because he's human. It was that one moment when you tell your hero he was your hero and he still disappoints you. I kind of get it. Like when your son tells you something, or your son finds out something about you, or your daughter finds out something about you, you're their hero, and that, it happens. Somebody had a birthday today. Whatever, bro. Just talking, bro. This lose corner, it's like my way of getting to talk to my people and get stuff off my chest without it being. Actually, it can be a problem because, if you listen to the cast or listen to the spot, then you're going to hear it. If you don't, you don't. I'm going to throw in those sports. By the way, Houston is doing their thing, since I know you're a Houston Houston Texans fan and all that stuff. Yeah, my best friend is a Houston Texans fan, which is crazy because I'm a Saints fan, and it's just crazy. I don't know what he's smoking or drinking, but yeah, he's crazy. Anyway, bro, I was talking about how family changed, when you lose that rock. I thought I was fine. I started getting older. The crazy thing is that I got married. Bought a house, lived with one of my best friends. I could say she's my best friend. And two of my best friends, raising my kids. You would think that that's good. That's what you want, yeah. But I guess you live and you learn. I learned. I had hands-on stuff, but I guess it wasn't up to par to some people. So it is what it is. Get visit. That stuff kind of hurts. And then how do you tell people that? How do you tell people that they hurt you without it being an issue? Because we talked about it before on our cast on how pride, or you have to be a certain way for people. Like, no. If anybody knows me, which I know Johnny knows me very well, I do wear my feelings on my sleeve. So I used to have that point where I wouldn't give a damn. I'm gonna tell you how I feel. You piss me off, I'm gonna let you know. You hurt your feelings, I'm gonna let you know. Really didn't care how you felt about it. As I got older, I started caring, but then I was like, still gonna tell you. Then I figured that half the people don't give a fuck what you talking about. You know what I'm saying? It's like, if they don't see it that way, then, they gonna blow that off. And so that happened a lot. I am so big on men's mental health right now because so many men walk away from that. It's like, we can handle it. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no thing. I'm gonna go hit me a blunt, give me a drink. But that's why we have alcoholics. That's why, you know what I'm saying? Because motherfuckers don't want to, get no help, so they try to drink the problems away. You can't do that. I used to think this whole, talking to somebody, that was some bullshit that, certain folks done. I was wrong. Coming from me, 100% wrong. If you have too much on your plate, you can't just throw it away. Because if you throw it away, guess what? You still got, it's still food. It's still a problem. You know what I'm saying? So, talk to someone. I just not too long ago, I had a picture put in my room at the rant. This little boy. Well, it wasn't a little boy. It was a grown boy. And so happened, I worked with his cousin. And I was like, bro, what happened? He's like, man, this dude here was like the one. Hit the streets, you knew who he was. Boy had 2 ankle bracelets on. You know what I'm saying? Like jewelry. And I was like, okay, well, he's bad. He wasn't really bad. It's just a product of his environment. And so, as they say, this is one of those, you had a choice, and his choice was the street. And being in the street, you can't have issues. You got to be hard. So, his issues were his issues, and he couldn't talk to his boys about it. He sure couldn't talk to his mom about it because they just, look at you crazy. So, he did the only thing he could do. Well, he thought he could do. And he took his life, and he'd rather take his life than to go to his boys and say, I got issues, bro. Something ain't right. And so now he gone. So yeah, bro, we have to be able to step outside that box and say, you know what, I do need to say something to somebody, because you can't figure everything out. Just because we men, that don't mean we can figure everything out. Sometimes we just are stumped. So put that pride shit aside. You know what I'm saying? How Michael Jordan do it? Stop it. Get some help. Seriously, it's not even a joke. The best thing I did is went and talked to someone and let them know, how I felt. And I said the best thing I did in my life was to go get some help, because when I was asked, about my life, once I started talking about it and everything, I was like, okay, well, it's cool. Then I started figuring, I was like, hell, I feel like something in life, I kind of put it in my head, because I was blocking out something else. When I finally figured out what it was that I was, I guess, trying to make this happy picture, it was too late. You know what I'm saying? Way too late. But then I realized what I was doing and what I had done. You're right. A man is valued by what he provides. I got a question with that one. So if a man is valued by what he provides, but he feels like he's not providing enough, where do you go with that? If you feel like you've done as much as you can, and it still doesn't seem like you even can get your head above water, and you feel so bad because you have so many expectations on you and you can't produce, as you say, what do you? Okay, I'm saying like this. Your kids see one thing, and it's like, oh man, this is so cool, that is bad. You know what I'm saying? Dad, why ain't we? What did you say? And he's like, well, y'all was all around the same people, and why are we? That's kind of where it is, So if I'm valued by what I provide, then damn, I guess I'm not too much value. Because if you don't feel that bad, or it's not, I don't know how you can even see how much you are valued if it's disrespect, you know what I'm saying, there. Because, like, if you're my friends, you know that I work for the city working with children. One of the best things I felt like I've done in a long time is being able to help young men and women, regardless of the fact where they're at, understand that the world is not fair, it's not going to be fair, so we have to make sure that we have everything that we can, in a straight line in the road ready to go. So we hit them bumps, we straight, so I'm like, they need to know about respect, they need to know about the education, they need to, know how to do things to, make their lives a lot easier. And on the weekends, I work with, other kids who are already privileged. Their families have money, they're not going to worry about anything, and I thank God I do that because I get to teach those kids that even though you have everything, I always think about somebody who don't, so don't take it for granted because it can be took away. So even though these kids are a little younger, they also understand the points I'm making. So with that being said, I do great, things, but the return is not as great as you would say. So I guess my wife is, I guess you could say she's pretty good because she knows she lets me do what makes me happy, even though it's not what makes her happy or make the fam happy because it's not a great paying thing, but I love what I do, so I'm not gonna change what I do for clout. I guess I need to because it's things that I want and want to give back for my family that I can. But I think going this route, like it's gonna pay off, and we're gonna be doing cross country. Sipping on mojitos or something like that. Probably more still. It's gonna be one. I don't know. I think I like this platform because I can get on and rant a little bit, and actually it's doing okay. So I can't even complain on how this is going. But no, this is a platform also where, like Mike just said, you can let things know. Yes, they are going to the playoffs, and so are the Broncos. But no, man, this is something really good for me because if everything works out the way I need it to, I got some good people over here. Brandon, smart as a whip, you know what I'm saying? We'll be getting down. He keep pushing me to, do more. So, yeah, I'm thinking this is gonna work. If this works, man, I'm telling you, it's gonna be a blessing in itself because it took me 40-some years to figure out what I was good at because I like to talk. I should have been on this a long time ago. Everybody know Luther likes to talk. Should have been on here a long time ago. But no, there are so many things that we as men, that tiki thing, we as men, we kind of like look over or look around because we feel like you have to be seen in a certain way. Y'all forgive me. And it's horrible the way you grow up because I knew, I was not that athlete. I wasn't that superstar. So Luther just knew everybody. That's what we do. Coach Tan, everybody, you talk, you chill. So I kind of was cool with, I felt like I was cool with everyone. And it was something to it because, if you go to McGregor football games, you have the game going on, but you also got another game going on the side of the bleachers, in the little field. I was always over there with the kids, playing with the kids, being a quarterback. So I was like, okay, I like dealing with kids, they're cool. Because kids are honest. Kids learn to be dishonest. They learn a lot. They'll tell you how it is, not knowing what they're saying, but knowing what they're saying, but not knowing that sometimes the truth hurts. So, even though older people, they played that role, the kids don't tell you. I was cool, but it was what it was. As I got older, got married, had my own kids. I started coaching football, and everything. I'm thinking this is what I want to do. But the whole time, the things I was doing, once again, volunteer, doing the best I could. I got a dream job, but I had to give that job up because we had to move. I would follow my son to the ends of the earth, so I don't knock that for anything because that's just what a father should do. he had that opportunity. My son had the opportunity to move around, so we moved around with him. Even though that came to bite me in the butt, as I seen once my mother was put away. That was a hurtful day to see my son come and put his arm on me and ask me was everything okay, because he felt like his dad was getting shamed at his, and that I don't know. I can't ever forgive. And I can forgive. I'm just not gonna forget it. That's almost talking about heroes. I would hope that I'm my son's hero in the eye, But yeah, going to be there for me at that time, that just was an eye-opening experience, and let me know that once again, it wasn't what I thought, And so when I came back to Colorado, that was my thing. I made sure, for one, that my kids knew that anything and everything I do for them is straight from the heart. I also apologized to my kids because I was like, I probably could have done some other things better or different so they could have more. And my kids were like, Dad, you were here, so we're good. And right there, I knew that. I was like, you know what? I never, ever wanted to have my kids, had something on their head that they couldn't tell me, or I would think anything they said was, bullshit, or, blow it off. And I learned a lot. My kids started talking, we talk more. Me and I guess my middle one, we're closer than we ever been. But it was just the fact that I had to realize that, I was doing the same thing that I did, and that I was getting, that was getting done to me growing up. Trying to make, this is what it is. You keep this together. No, man, let your kids be your kids, because you'll see that some things that you got held back on your kids. You should give them that out. So I did. It's crazy what changes, when you do so. But no, it was good. It was a good thing. So, our mental health is really everything. So like you said, a man is valued by what he provides. You can't provide if your head is full of crap, or if you can't see past the trees, and and it's all about you. And then, and so yeah, you're right. And I felt bad. I felt like I was, garbage. I didn't feel like I was the provider, because actually I felt like everything that was being said was damn near true. And that's probably what made me mad. But then I had to think about it. I was like, man, I moved halfway across to another state. Sold a house, we had a business, and we closed that because we wanted to. About another house. Buying a house in Colorado, y'all, is stupid. But we did it. It's still stupid. But, I was like, I don't have anything to hold my head down for, so why am I still holding my head down? And I was like, because I guess because I was doing it to please somebody else. Yeah, so you may say, never do nothing to please somebody else. I'm telling you, because if you do that, you're somewhere you're not gonna be happy. I'm just saying, and that's just how I feel, because you're doing things that maybe you don't want to do. Right now, I'm doing something that makes me happy, and you don't pay shit, but I guarantee you in the long run, I'm gonna be rich. Promise you. But no, I don't know. This is one of those things where kind of makes you want to stop and see your value as a man. Damn, that threw me for a loop. I guess that's why I do this, so y'all, people can say things. All right, you're on that overnight schedule. You right, bro. You right. Money does not make you happy. I have learned that. Money does not make you happy. But with that being said too, uh, having money enables you to do the things that weren't done, for you, and the things that you couldn't get, to do them for your kids, and for your grandkids. Or that makes the difference. I don't want to be rich so I can just do for me, because I'm old, but I want to make sure that my kids have. I don't have to put my house up just to give kids what they need, or wait for grandparents to come and help. It's like, and so yes, it does. You're right. Money doesn't make you happy, but it damn sure helps out. Because it might not be what makes me happy, but it's the reactions for the people I can help. That's why. I always said if I want $1 million, half of it I'm gonna give away to motherfuckers in the street anyway. And it's just because that's that person I am. Sometimes I do it when I shouldn't, because that's stupid of me, because I'm usually give out money that I don't have, or that somebody else, that my family can use. But I feel like that's just, if I got it and they don't, I give it. Maybe one day, it'll all come back and my kids will be straight. But if it don't, it is what it is. I'm gonna keep on pushing. I don't know, man. Like the whole segment started one way, and it seems, and it seems like I'm just do. And that's kind of what Luther Corner is. It's one of those ones where if you got something to say, get on here and say it. I'm gonna talk to you about it. If you don't, then you're gonna listen to me rant. And after when I hear the bell, that means it's cut off. And I'm gonna save my rant to the next time. But I will do this every day, because this is, I guess you could say, this is something I want to do. I won't always post it on Facebook. I understand, because everybody trying to hear that bull. Y'all be surprised. The negative comes a whole lot harder than the truth. Than the good stuff. So I am learning that right now. And maybe because of things I've been through and the way I feel, that the negative doesn't hit the way I guess people want it to. But I also get to see what real motherfuckers think about you. Because they ain't gonna be loud on the screen. They hit you on the side. Bro, man, you need to quit that. Bro, you need to talk about this, because this, what I'm saying? Bro, you could have did better. Yes, I could have did better. I could have talked about something else. I could have did this. I also could have sit my ass at my house and laid in the bed and not did this at all. I had one, somebody close was like, well, I'm like, really? You think that the worst thing you could have said, you think this is really gonna work? It might not work, bro. Because I know you watching somewhere. It might not work. But guess what? Still gonna do it. Making a fool of myself? Okay. Oh, you putting the shit on blast? Like, I'm not putting nobody on blast, bro. I'm talking about my feelings. And if you part of my feelings and I'm sorry that you made me feel this way, then don't watch. Man, this like, you know what I'm saying? Do. So I'll stop with this person and tell them, and what's crazy? None of my family really fuck with this. They're like, well, they don't have to. Whether it's my family across the street, whether it's my family back home, I don't need the support, like that. I make this so people, they want to get on, they can. If you know me and you be like, that nigga full of shit, then don't get on. Like, seriously, don't get on. Because the negative talk is not going to stop me from doing anything, I promise you. Because whether I'm good or I'm bad, they're going to keep moving. I done been talked about worse than that, and back home, and y'all kind of understand, the skin got tough. The skin got real tough. So, we're going to keep this, so I'm going to keep that shit shaking. I know this is going to play out. And like I said, I'm gonna get better at this because I'll be able to structure my stuff the way I want it. But right now, I like the way I do things. You know what I'm saying? I get to get on, I get to express myself, I get to say what's going on in my life. And you can listen if you want to. If you don't. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm pretty good with that. But I am gonna spit what I gotta spit. Sometimes it's gonna be bullshit. Sometimes it's gonna be something that's gonna hit, hit the heart. But I'm also gonna stay on here because this is like my release, my mental health release. That's why this is here. Because if you out there and you know what I'm saying, and you got some things and shit, go ahead and say them. I definitely will I'll talk about it. I won't put your name out there. I'll talk about it. Because we all need somewhere to be. I don't care if you, man, this nigga around the corner, man, this motherfucker keeps letting the dog shoot in my yard. Okay, well, let's talk about it. So we can push that way and let him hear that we need his dogs to be shit in their yard. As a matter of fact, my neighbor needs to get their dogs from shit in my yard too. And that's kind of gross. He a big dog. But no, we really got to stop knocking people. And actually, I ain't gonna say you gotta start helping them and praising them. Because if you ain't got nothing nice to say, bro, just shit, don't say shit at all. People ain't put here to, everybody's not gonna be rich. Everybody's not gonna make money. Everybody's not gonna be famous. Everybody's not an athlete, you know what I'm saying? Because some of those people that, they're athletes, they don't always make it. Hell, I know more people who made it doing bad things than I do people who made it doing good. So, I mean, what do you say to that? I probably could have done stuff the bad way. That's not what I built though. So I'm gonna try every right way I can until I make it. If I don't make it, guess what? I don't give a shit. If I do make it, okay. A dude asked me, said, bro, I know you see that big zebra on top of your thing. I was like, yeah, just because ain't nobody watching, at that time. I said, you don't see the thing on my people are really come on, bro. They got to pop on, pop off. It is what it is. You can listen to me while you going to work. I was, this nigga ranting about bullshit. Well, hell, I guess I am. I guess the fuck I am. Hell, if I could play music on here too, then I would. You know what I'm saying? We have a whole radio station. That's my goal. But I'm not doing that shit. And if you don't want to hear it, you see Luke up there ranting, then how do they swipe? Do the swipe. Do whatever you got to do. Because I guarantee you, hey, what's up, my dude? Yes, sir. Size, he was a wrestler. The boy is raw. I'm talking about, like, they picked up a house and chunked it across the street. His brother was raw in football. I'm telling you, man, I met a lot of good kids when I moved down here. A lot of good kids, So I don't take anything back from what I did. I think it was the best move for me is come down here and find out who I am. I got away from home. I wasn't in nobody else's shadow. I didn't have to make myself be no better to be looked at by anybody else. I liked it because I was up here. Nobody knew who I was. So I got judged off of what I did, not how I grew up. And that's kind of why I stay where I'm at. Because people in up here, they're going to judge me by the person they see and what I do. Now, if I got paid for that, oh yeah, I'll be sitting good, be sitting real good. But that's why I'm going to keep doing this. So this is a job. You know what I'm saying? This money that I make from here will go to my kids and to my grandbaby. And I don't know. That's what we're here for, right? To make sure our loved ones are secure. And so that's why I'm doing this. Whether I have support from anyone, I'm gonna do this until I can't do it anymore. I'm gonna keep on pushing men's mental health until somebody, listens and start trying to get that help. Well, as you can see, that is the bell. You heard it, so that's my time. Wasn't really too much to say, but just rants in the corner. Trying to chip in, chime in, let me know what you think. For those who are on camera, thank you very much for even sitting, staying, watching. I'm gonna try to get more things going on. I have some people in here I can talk to on Luther's Corner. This is something new for me. So keep a shout out, you know what I'm saying? Keep watching. See what we do. You know what I'm saying? Anytime you. I'll be on it. Peace. I think I know what I'm doing, but I don't. My boy said.